Hello again, music fans. I am back here to do another spotlight video. This time not on an artist, but rather a genre, doom metal. Now, this is not a list of the best doom metal of all time, or my top 10 list of doom metal. Even though I do have 10 albums, what it is just a spotlight on 10 doom metal albums from my collection, which I believe are pretty good. And of course, when we're talking about doom metal, we have to talk about Black Sabbath, who pretty much started it all when it comes to metal, and certainly doom metal. And I could pull out, the first album, which is the most doomiest, I believe. The song itself, Black Sabbath, is pretty much the blueprint. But I decided to go, a little off the beaten track, maybe a lot off the beaten path, with a Black Sabbath tier here. My favorite Tony Martin era Black Sabbath album, which I think is, it's not that slow, though it does have a lot of doomy moments, like specifically the Savage Stones here, and also Valhalla. It has a very deep foreboding element here to this one. Tier, all right. This one came out in 1990, and as you can see by the album title, it has a theme. It's not a concept album. It has a theme for Norse mythology, and this is probably one of the very first, if not the first, instances where metal does that. Let's now go with another classic doom metal band, CANDLEMASS here. One of the recent ones, The Door to Doom. This one made a lot of people's best of lists in the year it came out, which is, I believe, 2019. CANDLEMASS, The Door to Doom. This one is completely doom, but like I said, you're gonna see a lot of variety here in this genre. All right. It's not all just super slow dirges, even though there is gonna be a lot of that in one of the upcoming albums. Okay. So there's a lot of variety in doom, and some of these albums you may say, well, those are not doom at all, but they're like more like stoner doom or epic power doom or something like that. All right. Let's go with another a great doom band, which is CATHEDRAL. I have about 3 or 4 CATHEDRAL albums. I decided to choose this one. I really like it. It's ENDTYME. Okay. I don't know if you can check out that cover. It's very dark, as befitting a doom band. CATHEDRAL, ENDTYME. I will be putting the titles and years in the bottom of the screen. Now let's go with a more modern band, and this one is really doomy. Super slow, super crushingly heavy, and they even go into like a sub-genre of doom, which would be funeral doom, where it's like right there it's like a swamp. It's the band Ahab, and I do have their full discography. They have 4 albums. This one is The Giant, which is a concept album based on an Edgar Allan Poe story. All right. This one is really super doomy, with some death metal vocals thrown in there. Some people even call this death doom. Let's go on now some vinyl. All right. From England, we have Electric Wizard with WITHCULT Today. Very fuzzy guitar doom metal. Very much influenced by the 70s sound. Very much, of course, like all of them, very Sabbath sounding. And influenced by Hammer films. That is an image from a Hammer film, which I believe is The Devil Rides Out. Okay. WITHCULT Today is a reference to a magazine from the 70s. It is a gatefold, but I cannot show it to you because it has nudity on it. But I can show you the vinyls because they're interesting. They're colored vinyls, but not only that, split colored vinyls. Here it's a 2-album set. Well, it's 1 album, but on 2 LPs. Here we have gray and black. Side 2. The second one is even more interesting because it is gray and clear vinyl, as you can see. Okay. This one is the one you're going to say, well, is it this Doom? This band, Blood Ceremony, is a bit of a combination of Black Sabbath and Jethro Tull, because their singer also plays the flute. They have a female singer, plays keyboards, and I don't know if you can see, there's the flute right here on the keyboard. They really go into those occult themes right here. Blood Ceremony. I have 3 albums by this band. This one is also colored vinyl. Let me show you. Really deep red vinyl. The Eldritch Dark is the name of this album. Now from some doom here from my home country, Mexico. The band Maligno, which could be considered more stoner doom. Here, the Funeral Domine. Great cover. Okay, they are a Mexican band, but they have songs in English right there. The track Solstice here features Alex Skolnick from Testament, and Coffin of Dreams features Rodrigo and Gabriela right there, which are a duo of acoustic guitarists. Okay. The Funeral Domine by Maligno. I'm going to end this with some of the digital purchases that I have. Okay, the first one being from Witch Mountain. I'm going to put over here the covers. Witch Mountain is an American doom band, and yes, they are very doomy, and who are not very well known. They have a female singer, and also into those occult themes. They have a great name, Witch Mountain. This is probably one of the very first digital purchases, if not the first, that I made. Also, another band, Cauchemar, which means nightmare in French. This is a band from Canada, who sings in French. Okay, Cauchemar. And also, I did want to comment a little bit more about Cauchemar, whose album here, Chapelle Ardente, which means Burning Chapel, is really, really good. Because of all of the bands mentioned here, this is the one that has the Black Sabbath vibe down the best without being a carbon copy or going into cliches, even though they do start off their album with a tolling bell. But we'll just forgive them for that. They're a singer who sings in French. It's a female singer called Annika Giroux. Does a very good job to bring the mood. I think this is one of the most underrated bands in this doom metal genre. See, we have here Smoulder, who are referred to as epic heavy doom, though you may think they're kind of more on the power metal side, and I kind of agree with that. But they are seen as epic heavy doom. Right there in the Metal Archives website. Once again, I'll intervene because I don't want to sell this band short. All right, Smoulder is an excellent heavy metal band with doom elements. They kind of combine doom and power metal, in the style of maybe early Blind Guardian. And their singer, who is Sarah Kitteringam, I believe is her name, does an excellent job of having that mixture. She has great vocals. Also, this band has super heavy, great riffs. that does it here for my spotlight on the doom metal. All right, like I said, I'm going to be doing some more of these with on spotlight on other metal genres. I think then the next one I'm going to do is death metal, even though I'm not too well versed in death metal, I must warn you. But I still think I have some enough, to do a spotlight video on them. Okay, that's it for this spotlight on Doom. Thank you very much for watching, and keep rocking.